One of the things that really hurt me early on in the company is I got super lucky with my first 8 or 10 hires. And I was like, oh, I am a genius. This is so easy. I just go out and hire people, and the people I like work out. As we grew, the way I would sort of describe, at least my Achilles heel, is I will hire a funny, outgoing person, regardless of role or experience. And so I would always err on the side of like, this person's like a good person to have, culture fit, all this kind of stuff. But then it's not necessarily a correlation. This person is a terrific employee, shows up and is accountable, and, will do the extra thing for the other person on the team, like all that sort of like good worker stuff. And so we tried for a long time, like, what are questions we can ask? How do we get at that? And I've come back to something that I think I initially would not have enthusiastically endorsed a long time ago, which is we now have a suite of assessments that we do that include things you've heard about, like DISC, but some other kind of motivational and some other things. So we do like it's about an hour test, and we get lots of information. And the thing that we noticed when we did our whole team that was missing was we had a bunch of extremely smart, very accomplished people who were kind of constantly deferring to each other. And the mental image I have is, that Spider-Man meme where there's like three Spider-Mans pointing at each other. I think we were doing a lot of like, well, what would you do? No, what would you? I'll defer to you. Well, what would you do? And so we weren't always moving the ball ahead quickly. And on a big team, for us, a big team might be 9 or 10 people. We were kind of getting into gridlock a little bit. And so we're realizing we don't want, not we're saying we're never going to hire those people again, but a team has to be a mix of skills and personalities and drives. And so one of the ones we're looking for is someone who's able to kind of push through ambiguity, someone who's willing to like just make the decision kind of thing, and then make the decision right. And so those are things that like across the board that we want. And I think on any of those personality tests, like pinned all the way at the top or pinned all the way at the bottom is generally a problem. So like if you're like super demanding or totally passive, that's a problem. So when we actually mapped per job, per role, we mapped the ranges of all the scores that we're looking for. They're not hard and fast, but like if you're too low here, but you make it up for it over here, that's great. But try to get more objective about it, because I can be so easily fooled. And I think as an owner, you hire who you're wired up like. So I'm a high DI, so I like outgoing people who want to do something, and those aren't always the best employees.